Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing really well. Giant Software have just released their gameplay trailer for FS25 while they're at Gamescom because they've got a big setup going on there. It looks really impressive actually. They've got a massive class on stage and everything. So yeah, check out the Facebook page for that. They've done a really good job. I don't know how they've got that in there. But yeah, while they're there, they've released this video. So this 2 minute and 20 seconds gameplay trailer clip, and I've had a quick look at it. And it looks really good. We've got some new features. The big thing for me, and I know everyone's probably focusing on the weather and the twisters, but for me, baby animals is the main focus. I'm so glad we're going to get that now. But yeah, let's get into the video. I'll play it first, and then we'll go through it after. We'll stop at each scene and just see what we can point out. But my first impressions of looking at it is this is something cool. Finally, we're getting baby animals, and we're also getting some really good weather effects, especially the hail and the twisters, obviously. Take a look at it and let me know in the comment section what you think.
Peggy 3. Peggy 3.
Now we'll try and stop this in places, but these first few just snippet clips will kind of go on. So now the gameplay trailer officially starts. That was just a teaser. Obviously this is all on Riverbend Springs. We've already seen this map. It's the US map, which is nice. So I think the twisters fit in well there. Got a few questions about that. Is it going to be something we can kind of not turn on if you're in a UK map? We don't get many twisters in the UK, but I love the style. I love the hail and all that. But first, let's stop at this scene. First thing you can see, apart from the shadowing effect there on that cow from when I've paused it, or the calf, is they look like different stages to me. That calf there, it does look more bulked out. Now, I know it's really difficult to tell because this calf's kind of kneeling down. He's about to get up or he's doing something. But yeah, they do look. I'm hoping we get stages. I'm hoping it's not just kind of like baby animal, a fully grown cow, for example. I know at the moment we can buy them at different age stages, so I'm hoping they've got a different visual effect for that so it matches. So if it's 6 months, it looks the same. If it's a newborn calf, it looks obviously smaller than a 6 month, and then it kind of goes up 12 month, 18 month, and so on. I would like that. Now, I know we've already got this as a mod in FS22, and don't get me wrong, that mod is outstanding. It is. It's changed the game for PC players, but the good thing about this is it's now available for console players, which is really important because they're a massive community. And the console players are also a big part of Giant Software's success in Farming Simulator. They make, a lot of purchases go to console. It's not just kind of PC. And I know we get the mods on PC, and there is a benefit to PC in itself, but the console players, They deserve this. They definitely deserve this, just like they deserve the better AI workers and GPS. So for console players alone, I think FS25 is a massive improvement. So yeah, so the animals are really promising because of that. I do think, though, like I said, we've got different stages here, and I've been mentioning about how I've been waiting for some animal news for a while, so I'm really happy about this. It's just not confirmed. I mean, that calf looks smaller. You know, you can see its back legs there. They do look less defined with muscle. I know it's if you kind of make it widescreen on what you're watching it on a big monitor, you can see it a little bit more, but it's not 100% certain. Also notice we've got a T7, which we'll see further on. There's not much else. The grass, though, do like the grass texture here. I think it's quite full, and it looks like it's been grazed. So I'm hoping maybe that confirms that we might have some kind of grazing going on, because this definitely looks to me like this grass has been grazed by animals, but not seen or had any confirmation on that. But I like the idea that this grass texture in front here must be pointing to grazing. And I mean, we're going to have to go back a second. Did you see the animation of that calf just bobbing along? So I won't stop it and I'll just let you carry on playing. But watch this calf on the right-hand side come across. Look at that. So that's another point why, obviously, with FS25 and Giants including these baby animals in the game, we're going to have better animations. They're going to visually look better. I mean, they're good assets already by, in the enhanced animal mod and all that stuff. But with it being base game, we should get an enhancement on how it looks and the animations and all that good stuff. So there's many positives to this. So now we see the swather coming across, and obviously we've got the building that we've already seen. We've got the NK4 before, so spinach, a vehicle here that's got jewels on. Not entirely sure what that is. It's got yellow things, so it could be like a Challenger or something. I don't know. Not seeing anything clear on that. There we go. So let's look at the piglets. You can definitely tell from this that looks like a newborn piglet just here. And then over here, we've got, it looks like maybe like, I don't know, a couple of months further on from this piglet here, or maybe a month further on. And then you've got your fully grown kind of pigs over here. So that's really good, because that's showing me that there is a change there. And again, you look at the grass and there's a different texture inside the pasture. So does that confirm we're getting grazing? I don't know. But it definitely looks like the pastures, the grass looks different. It definitely looks different. I am hopeful, though. They've obviously put some, focus onto the animal side with the bringing baby animals in and stuff like that. So I have also got the press release notes that I'm just looking at now, and this is what it's being confirmed. So I'll read through partially what it says, because of the fact that we're going through the animals, and there's kind of two sides that are being announced in this gameplay trailer. It's the baby animals and the weather. So before we get onto the weather scenes, we'll talk about the baby animals first, and the animals in general, because it's actually confirmed a new animal type as well. We already know buffaloes, but they're actually bringing goats in. So I don't know if anyone else has mentioned that, but they are bringing goats in. So I'll read through what I've got here, and I'll put it up on in the video. So animals get cuter, more varied, and weather's more challenging, showing off the upcoming agricultural sim or farming simulator at Gamescom. Publisher and developer Giant Software reveal new features for Farming Simulator 25. Attendees visiting the Games Fair in Cologne can playtest the game from August 21st to the 25th in Hall 6, and Giant Software is also present in the business area Hall 4 to 2. So it's just a bit of information that anyone that's there. But it does say here that there's two new animal types. We've got water buffalo, which we already knew about, which is on the Asian map that we haven't seen anything of yet, which is obviously really exciting because we're getting close, but we still got some more information to come. And it does say there, and goats. Animals get offspring. Cute baby animals roam the pens. Weather events with twisters and hail bear new challenges. And the first gameplay trailer sets this mood, which was what we're looking at now. So we're going to skip the part where it says weather shift. We'll look at that in a second. But let's look at the cuteness upgrade for animals. So it states, with water buffaloes and goats, new animal types fill the pens, producing new types of milk that can be processed and used in production chains to acquire and distribute fine cheeses. So that's basically saying that with us adding goats in, we can now make a different type of cheese, so maybe goat's cheese and stuff like that. So it's a new production chain there, which is obviously going to be really good. Increasing the cuteness factor and fluffiness of the fur. Animals now basically produce offspring, wobbling on their tiny legs at first, animal farmers watch them grow into productive livestock. And I really like that, because if that final sentence there is true, and it's a true statement, that when this new calf kind of is born, it kind of looks flimsy on its feet. How cool is that? And then eventually over time, it's going to develop into a fully grown animal. And you can see that visually now as the progress happens. I mean, currently what we have is just one. This is just base game. I know we've got the mods, but base game is just like you get a cow. It looks the same forever from the start to the finish, but its age grows up. But now visually seeing it from this newborn stuttering about the place to a fully grown milking cow, I think that is such a cracking thing for Giants to add in. And I just want to thank them for that, because I have been saying, come on, we need something to do with animals. And that, to me, if that's true, is something I'm going to be really excited about for FS25. And that alone for me is worth the game. So you can see there are different types of breeds as well. I don't know if you just noticed that. We got the brown and the spotted pigs as well. So now we're getting some equipment. We can see a Bedner, definitely a Bedner. Looks like cultivator there. And then we've obviously got the big case that we've seen previously anyway. Right, so this is a new brand that's coming to the game. I don't think we've seen Novag in FS before base game. I know we might have had a few mods. But yeah, this is a Novag seeder, or a seed drill. Now, I've done some background on this, and they are quite common in Europe. I think they're also based in New Zealand, from what I've read on their website. They're also doing a tour in the UK right now, so a 24 presentation tour of their products. So we are going to get this brand called Novag, so that's really interesting, and it's nice to see some direct seeders like that coming into the game, and a new brand as well. And you can see the drill at the side, the end shot there. It looks really good. And then we're back onto the spinach. So I won't stop through this because we've already seen the MK4 4TR doing its thing. But now you're starting seeing that weather change. Some light rain to start off with. Nice visual effects there of the rain as well. You can see the build up on the wing mirror. And it's technically coming down just quite light, but it's building up. Now it does state in the press release that it's just random. It's basically just like you see dark clouds, you need to quickly prepare. It even says you need to bring your bales in. So that's another big question. It's like if we don't bring the bales in and there's kind of hail or a storm, I don't know if it defines if it's a hail or it's a twister. Are we going to lose the bales? I know we can have crop damage if you've got that set to on. And I know it can damage like forested areas and take down trees. So it is interesting. But you can see now the rain's getting really heavy, and we can see this. There's some really good rain effects here that, you know, this is gameplay. This is pure gameplay footage now. And I think seeing that in game is going to be super, super cool. Now it's even more heavier, and you can also hear the change in the rainfall. So it's, you know, it's not just a visual effect now. You can see how much rain's dropping down. You can hear it hitting the ground harder, and it's, yeah, there's obviously something brewing. So here we go. We got some interesting equipment here. JMX 1112, I think that is. I'm not sure. I know it's an auger wagon. I'm not really accustomed to the US equipment too much, but it's massive. Look at the size of the guy that's running. Again, is that another, you know, is that another hint at third person? It looks that way to me. And then we've got this M Transstar, which is a nice US truck. It looks like one of them traditional US trucks. Pretty sweet, if you ask me, that is. I do think the older trucks look better than the more modern ones, especially the US ones. They were just stylish, weren't they? And obviously he's running because he wants to get ahead of this thing, which is a twister. Now look at what it's, you know, circulating. It's got loads of bits and bobs going and flying about. You've obviously got probably some of the crop that you planted in the ground. It's just like flying about now, and part of the trees, because I know it does damage the crop and I know it does damage the trees. But yeah, that's impressive. It visually looks amazing. You obviously got the heavy rain, and you've got the, you know, the twister itself on land, and it's picking up a lot of debris, and it's obviously doing damage across the way. Now, my only question is, can it be something that we can define for the area you're in? Now, in the US map, I imagine this is going to be something that a lot of players want to experience. And you can turn crop damage on and off. So if you've got your crop damage set to off, it won't do any damage to your crops. So it is just a visual effect and stuff like that. But I would like to know if it's something that, you know, a mod or a map maker can specify if he wants this to happen in the environment that, you know, in the climate that the map is supposed to be designed for. In my whole 35 years of living, I've never seen a twister on the UK. So it will be just good to get clarification if this is something that can be designed by map makers to have on or off. I know we can change if we want crop destruction on and off, but can we turn these on and off? That's my question. Because I like the hail. I'm more interested in the hail than this, just because, if I'm playing on a UK map or I'm playing on a European map, these don't happen that common. But I do want to go and try them out at the same time. I want to go play on a US map. I'm really looking forward to seeing these and experiencing it. But I do like to also play realistic, so I would, like to keep it kind of true to where it's supposed to be based, the map. But we'll find out in time. You can see the debris there that's picking up. There's a lot of it. It's very dramatic music as well. So this is a good shot as well, because you can see the fog and the mist, and then you've got this going on. But it did make me think, like, this is like why they've obviously highlighted this for a reason. They've got normal operating hours, daylight hours, and the Peel ferry. This ferry will not operate during periods of high winds, waves, or heavy fog. So right now, the ferry that you would use to cross in Riverbend Springs, that has been shown off before, it says it doesn't operate when this high winds. So this would be high winds and heavy fog, and you can see the fog. But waves, I mean, we've not seen anything on waves yet. So does this also, make the water become choppy and we start visually seeing waves? I can see in the distance here, just behind that, it looks like there's just rain droplets on the water. I can't see any visual waves, but we have got water dynamics now. We can see that with, they've shown that off at FarmCon. So I imagine that, the winds should have an effect. So it's not only heavy fog that we've already been told about and seen previously. Everyone was saying fog simulator and all that stuff. But I think it's a lot more than that, because you can now see that we've got this heavy winds, we've got hail, and we've got, potentially, it looks like that, waves. So that's going to be super cool to find out as well. And I'm trying to look at the water at the bottom, see if I can see anything. I mean, I did think I saw then, let's just try and time this right, that there's a boat just here. And if you watch that boat very quickly, I'll try and slow it down for you. It is chopping about. It's moving quite heavily on that water. So I think it is. I think that is waves or some kind of, agitation in that water that's more heavy than normal. It's not calm. It seems to be quite heavy. Super dramatic music there. So now this looks like the aftermath, and you can see it's done some crop damage. It has. That's the way it's travelled across the field, unfortunately. And you can see that it's done some damage on your field there. You've lost a good chunk of that field. Now, like I said, you can turn this on and off. I think a lot of players are going to try it out and see how it goes. It's hit and miss. I guess it's like, rolling a dice. How's it gonna perform? Is it gonna miss my field or is it gonna hit it? So let's bring back up the press release and just read that small paragraph about the weather shifts. So, weather shift, twisters, and a chance of hail. When virtual farmers see darkening clouds in the sky, it could be a sign of some serious weather on the way. Expecting a light twister or hail to touch down in a few areas. They need to take precautions and secure any unroofed bales. While the skies will clear and the new weather events will pass, they always carry a chance of destroying a portion of fields and forests. Players can deactivate the destruction of crops if they like their yields untouched by weather. So as we've already mentioned, if you've got crop damage off, then you won't have any destruction to your crops from weather effects. The other bit, though, that stands out to me is it says they need to take precautions. It's not precaution, it's precautions, and secure any unroofed bales. So that means if there's a bale out in the field, say you've been baling, and then all of a sudden we have a weather shift, it's raining, then this kind of twister comes in, or even hail, does that mean we're going to get, like seasons of old, damage to bales and they start rotting away or even, disappear? Maybe they've been blown away or something. I don't know. But it's interesting to see that we've got a few more questions there, but obviously it could potentially be that, we're going to have things just changing the way we're farming. And that's the way it is. It's not always so straightforward. But let's get back to this. So this is like the calm after the storm. And look at that. I really like the look of that tree that's been destroyed. It's not just a clean cut like you'd get with a chainsaw. You can see that it's actually been damaged. You've got a snapped tree there. Obviously, the twisters, caused that damage. And I like that. It's, the calm after it. The sun's out. It's very calm. The rain's gone. And you can go out and check and assess what's gone on your farm. I do like that. And the visual effects nowadays, stunning. Right, so good shot here to stop on, that New Holland T7. Over in the distance, though, I'm looking at these cows, and I can see there a really small calf there. Maybe a taller. This one's probably taller. I mean, it's the depth deception there could be a thing because of the fact that it's close to us. But it's nice just to have that in base game. I bet you console guys are super hyped for that. Now, I've tried to stop it then as far as I can so I can try and see inside the cab, but I can't really see anything too much, and I don't want to move forward. But yeah, the animals do look, I don't know, it's really difficult to tell with the calves, but I'm hopeful. So here we got a a matrix planter, and then we've got a new telehandler brand coming up here. So let's look at this. Right, so you can see this new telehandler brand here that we've not seen before. Now, I believe it's a German brand called Senebogen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I've had a look at their website just to try and get a sneak peek of what potentially could else be coming, apart from this telehandler that we can see. And they do material handlers like cranes and stuff like that. They also do tree handlers and tree care handlers and things like that. So you might potentially see some forestry equipment with this brand as well, not just telehandlers, but they do stuff with like cranes and arms that we're used to seeing on like maybe on telehandlers, wheel loaders, things like that, but not usually wheel loaders. Most of the equipment I've seen have got like kind of tracks or the static, like a proper crane. So like a port crane, for example. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we see with that. Let's carry it on. Now I'm just trying to stop it again to see, can we see any difference in the animals there? I know these cows look like they do look a little bit fumbly on the feet there. And that cow there, they look like young stock still. So I think that was like maybe a 6-month-old or 10-month-old coming on to heifer age, and then some obviously new stock. So it's interesting. So I've stopped it here because this is obviously interesting. Any US farmers out there and like doing the big harvest, you've obviously got the JM auger wagon there with the big John Deere. I think that's the 9, maybe the 9R or something like that. And then you've got the big trailers, obviously tipped from the bottom. Again, it looks like a new brand to me, the Prestige, I think it is. Hopefully someone can correct me in the comment section if you know more about that. But it looks like Prestige, and you've got the truck that we've already mentioned about previously as well. So, looks like we've got some big equipment coming. But it's nice that they're putting big equipment in for the US players that love to play on big US open maps, Australian maps, things like that, where you need the bigger equipment and stuff. Which I want to try more of, I do. And that's a Valtra for certain. And there you go. Look at this. Animation of a goat. So you did see the goat right at the end, and you can see that it's just kicking out. But there we go. Farming Simulator 25 gameplay trailer. I think we've learned some cracking stuff there. We've obviously got baby animals. We've got goats as well as buffaloes coming in with a new production type cheese. We've got weather effects, including hail, and we've got the twisters. We're going to have random events kind of things going on with weather where we're going to get damage to our fields if you've got that selected on. It looks really good. I can't wait. I really can't. So if that's piqued your interest even more and you've been holding off and you're super excited for it and you're thinking of pre-ordering the game, I would highly appreciate if you could use my affiliation code to order FS25, either the pre-order bundle that comes with the year one pass or the base game of FS25. I'll put a link in the video description to that. I'd really appreciate that. I am putting it straight back into the channel, and I've been doing giveaways. So yeah, so if that interests you, check the video description below. But on that note, I think I'll leave it there. I'm super excited for it now. Giants have released some good stuff there. I've been waiting for news on animals for a while, and we finally got it. Baby animals have finally come in to Farming Simulator 25, and it is overdue. It is. So console players are going to be super hyped for that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning into the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you, everybody.